This is the story of how I finished my game Amazon Arcade in less than 5 days, in time for my release date, and just before I go off for vacation. Take a seat and then plop another folding chair on top of it because, oh my god, this was stressful. Also, if you want literally anything in this video to make sense, I would watch my other videos in the series. So how we got here is that I'm an idiot that loves to procrastinate everything. I mean, just think about it. I was 10 days before the release date, and I haven't touched the game since I released my demo for it. On that day, I thought I should start working on the game and realized that I had about 2 months of work to do in a little over than a week. So what do you think I did next? You think I work on the game then and there? Maybe I made a list of things that I need to do. Or did I forget about it for the next 5 days? If you picked that last one, you're a meanie, because I actually did make a list. And after I made that list, I forgot about it for the next 5 days. So now it's July 5th, and I have absolutely nothing done for it. In the list, I needed to get done several jump scares for all the characters, except Tyler and Pixeletta. I needed to make the task for every night. I needed to draw a lot of the characters in the cameras. I needed to make the entire extras and credit scene, implement a save system so you can keep your progress even after you log out, and last but definitely not least, make the ending, which is literally the most important part. So now with an effective list, I finally began work on Amazon Arcade. Alright, so day 1. I don't really remember what I did that day, but I'm pretty sure I made Vine's jump scare, and it didn't really turn out that bad. Unfortunately, that's all I think I did that day. So, day 2. I actually do remember what I did on day 2. I wrote the different text you can see in the security report tab and the testing tab. The security report tab, I made all in engine, so it was pretty easy, but for the testing tab, I made it in a Word document and had to convert them into PNGs so I could put them in the game. I then coded the different screens so you can actually go to them, and I linked them to specific nights, so you only see one every night. That day, I also reused some of the existing art for Razor in the office, and I made those little eyes for Vines whenever he's in the office. Day 2 was pretty proactive, but I'm not done just yet. Day 3, I made the Razor jump scare, which is just okay. And just okay is gonna have to do it because I do not have enough time to redo it. Day 3, I also began working on the extras tab. I made the background and I drew up Tyler for it. I also reused the same Razor sprite because I am too lazy. Day 4 left me with only 2 days before the release date. This is when the pressure really started to kick in. I realized that a lot of the game was really buggy, so I spent most of the day bug fixing and, you know, taking a break from the game because working on it is very stressful. I did implement the save system that day. Even though I touched on it before, I didn't fully finish it, but that day I did. So it's done and it works. Now we're finally here, day 5, 1 day before the release date. That day, I fully kicked in the burners. I finally conquered the one thing that I've been putting off ever since the demo, which is the tasks. I don't know why I have such an issue with these stupid minigames. Nevertheless, I made some cool minigames for the 4 shifts I had to do, because night 1 was already done. Shifts 2 and shifts 5 minigame are kind of lame, but that's just because I'm running out of time. I'm pretty proud of how shifts 3 and 4 minigame turned out, even if shift 4 is literally just holding a button, but it took a surprising amount of bug fixing to do that, so I don't care. Day 5, I also finished up the extras tab and drew the jump scare for Leo, which is, okay. I did forget to draw his eyes, which are literally the most important part of his character, so whoops. Just at the end of day 5, I exported the game into an EXE and plopped it straight in the game tool. The day I've been dreading has finally come. July 10th. Release day. I made the game public and I realized that it was totally broken. What I did was, while I was testing it, I temporarily put in a piece of code that unlocked night 5, meaning you could play the last night immediately and skip the majority of the game. I took a heavy sigh and deleted the game. I then updated it and uploaded 1.0.1. Since I'm recording this on July 10th, I don't really know how the game's received yet, so it would be really helpful if you could go check out the game and play it for yourself. Even though it's been super stressful to work on it, it's been a passion project of mine for the past several months, and the series has also helped grow my channel a lot. I'm super excited to finally let you guys play it after so long, and it's available on GameJolt and itch.io, link in the description. But now, it's finally time to talk about the future of Amazon Arcade. I still have to update the game because I left out tapes that was on purpose so I could spend more time to work on other things in the game and not have to worry about it. In the next update, I've also been thinking about adding a hard mode because the game really isn't that hard and it's quite short. So a hard mode would be adding more difficulty to the tasks and cranking up the AI, the animatronics every night, so it would just take longer to complete. With this hard mode, I would also be making a new ending for it and add the star system like in FNAF 1, so you can get a star for beating both modes. Now it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. With every FNAF game comes a sequel, and regarding Amazon Arcade, I really don't see that happening. If in the future I do create an Amazon Arcade 2, it would definitely be after I learn Unity and Blender, because GDevelop just has a hard time running this game, let alone a bigger installment down the line. Plus, I would also like to make the sequel 3D, and GDevelop's 3D system isn't that great. If I do make a FNAF game, I'm not 100% sure it would even be Amazon Arcade related, but you really never know what could happen. Thank you for coming with me on this journey, and I'll see you very soon.